What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man Chaz Ellis once again answering the questions that you asked me. Make sure you hit me up on the chazzellisproject.com if you want to get a consultation or a quick question, or for some of you who have missed the live streams and you want to check out some of the archive footage. Also, make sure you check out the new live stream that's going to be coming out. It's called 7 Sins Against Success. I'm going to be talking about all the different things we do to sabotage ourselves. That's going to be coming out this Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you check that out too. Also check me out on askchazzellis on Facebook. Post all kinds of different stuff. Anyway, got a question from a guy who basically says he's living with his girlfriend, or she's living with him. She just moved into his apartment. He said he had been living there about a year. Everything was going good with him and his girl. So he said, she asked her, hey, can we move in together? Is that a good idea? He was like, cool. They moved in together, and they've been staying together now for I think he said 3 months or so. Anyway, he says she has a good job, but she ain't paying no bills. He said she's got a good job, but she's not paying any bills. He figured when she moved in, she was going to pay some bills. He says now he is really kind of struggling financially, and, should he ask her to go ahead and give him some rent money since she hasn't kicked in? Well, there's a lot of things you got to look at in this situation. And I would say the number one thing is when you're going to run into these kind of problems, you're going to run into problems when you don't talk about these things before you move in with somebody. Okay, this girl's moving into your house, so you don't really know how she was looking at the situation. She might have been like, hey, I'm tired of paying bills in my own crib. Let me live in your house so I can live rent free. You don't know because you didn't really talk to her about that. You don't know if she's feels like you kind of supposed to take care of her or whatever. You don't know. You didn't have that conversation. So since you didn't have a conversation, it's kind of difficult because you're working from behind. Also, you got to realize, and I tell people this, you were living there before this girl got here. So I know some guys would get mad at me, some women might get mad at me, anybody would, but you was living in this house before this girl even got here. So you had those same bills for the whole time you was living there. You had those. Now, maybe your electric might have went up a little bit. Maybe your water went up a little bit. Gas or whatever could have went up a little bit. But the reality of it is, for the most part, you had those same bills before this girl got there. So you should have known that some of those things might go up a little bit. But your rent and stuff, that's the same. They're not charging you because you brought an extra person in. So for that reason, it's kind of hard to really say I'm struggling financially because this girl came to my house and she's not paying bills. You was already struggling financially when she came, if that's the case, because you were clearly on the thinnest of margins. If she came to the house, all of a sudden now you struggling. A lot of people try to pretend like they can't pay the bills they've been paying for a year or so when someone else comes in. So I think you just got to be real with yourself, and you got to be real with her. Maybe you might not ask her to pay rent or whatever, but you could say, look, hey, you need to buy some food, because that's something she's doing. She's bringing that new expense. You might be like, hey, you need to turn these lights off. When I leave the house, I turn lights off. All right? When I leave the house, I change up, I make sure the air conditioner is on the right thing. I try to save money. Just tell her that. All right? So whatever you've been doing to save money that she's kind of disturbing, you just tell her about it. And you can kind of offset some of the costs that she's bringing to the table. Now, if she's unwilling to do that, then maybe you might want to, get you somebody else, because clearly she's not even willing to make the smallest sacrifices for you to be straight. Now, if you just don't want her there without paying rent, sit down and have a conversation with her. You got to keep it real. Hey, look, girl, I'm struggling. I can't have somebody staying here that's not paying rent. If you ain't kicking in, you're going to have to go ahead and, we might have to think of something else, because, you might have to go ahead and move back out. Just keep it real with the girl, and give her a time frame on which she got to make her changes. But you got to be honest about it, and you got to be realistic with yourself also, and what you're expecting and why you're expecting it. If y'all can, meet in the middle somewhere or come up with a better idea where she can do whatever her part is and you can do whatever your part is, that's cool. If you got to part ways, then, sometimes you have to, because maybe y'all don't have the same ideas and you don't have the same values. it happens. You know, maybe you feel like she feel like you're supposed to take care of her. You feel like she's supposed to take care of herself. Whatever the case may be, y'all could just be thinking differently. And that's okay. That means that you might not be compatible. These are things, this is why people live together, though, so they can figure these things out. You know, these are conversations you should have had beforehand, so you would already know. But, you know, sometimes we don't have those conversations, and we learn the hard way. But, you know, I think that's something y'all definitely got to do, is sit down and have a conversation about what you expect of her, why you expect it, and what she expects of you. You know, hopefully I was able to help you out. Once again, it's your man, Chaz Ellis. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with somebody else. Also, check me out on the askchazzellisproject.com and Ask Chaz Ellis on Facebook. Peace.